Alright, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to another video. So in today's video, I am going to be comparing AutoFPS, Flight Smooth, or SmoothFlight I should say, and standard Microsoft Flight Simulator graphic settings. So the first clip that I'm going to be showing you is just using Microsoft's graphic settings. So as you see right here on the video, these are the settings I went with. I went with 130 for my terrain level of detail and 120 for my object level of detail. I have some settings on ultra and some on medium, things that I don't need and don't want. So yeah, we're just going to go ahead and jump right in and compare all three just to see if it really does do anything or prevent any stutters. So this one, as you see right now, we're going to take off. This is the Microsoft Flight Simulator graphic settings. Terrain level of detail 130, object level of detail 120. And we are just going to take off. This is in Switzerland, so it has a lot going on right here. It has a lot of buildings, a lot of trees, mountains, and snow, and it's at sunrise. All three clips are going to be the exact same, just to see how it looks. And I feel like for Microsoft's settings, the graphics were pretty good. Not too many stutters that I noticed. The FPS hovered around, I would say, like between 45 and 52 most of the time, even on landing, taking off. As you see, we're climbing. All three flights were done at around 800 feet to 1,000 feet. So yeah, just another shot. Look at all the buildings down there, the trees. You can see that it's pretty smooth. Not too many stutters. The graphics look good. I was actually quite impressed with this. I just wanted to see if AutoFPS and SmoothFlight really did do anything, especially if you have a higher end PC, if it really makes that much of a difference. Again, this is in VR using the Oculus Quest 3. This is right here coming in for approach. As you look on the left and straight ahead, not too many stutters, not too many jitters that I see at all, if any. Everything looks pretty crisp and smooth. All the details still there, even though I mean they're at 130 and 120, so it's pretty much standard. What I did notice though with AutoFPS and SmoothFlight is that I could have definitely bumped up my terrain level of detail. So as you still see, there's not too much stutter, not too many jitters. It looks pretty smooth. Looking around while we land, you could see the buildings, everything. Nothing really jittering or stuttering too much. But one thing I did notice as I was landing and rewatching this video, my FPS did drop down to about 40 to 41 FPS right here, as you see in this clip. Now in this clip, this is AutoFPS. So I have the minimum terrain level of detail set to 100 and the max set to 200. Object level of detail 50 and 150 for max. I didn't change the altitude, so I should have probably changed the minimum altitude to probably somewhere around like 200 feet so it'd quickly switch. But I didn't do that because I forgot to do that. So the object level of detail kind of stays pinned at 50. But if you notice that my terrain level of detail actually is at 200, so it was going to the max. So I feel like if I would have gone to 300, it probably would have gone up a lot higher. It was still holding the FPS pretty good. This one I would say was around 50 kinda, and then it kind of went down to 40s, low 40s to mid 40s. But again, there's not too many stutters, just a little bit. I would say I did notice during the entire flight there was maybe one or two places that did have a little bit of a jitter. I felt like Microsoft's graphic settings were kind of just working a little bit better. I don't know if it's maybe that you're using an extra program or what, or the level of detail is going up way higher because it thinks that it could handle it, so it bumped it up to 200 versus Microsoft was constant 130. So I don't know if that made a difference or not, but as you see, it's still pretty smooth. I mean, if you're having trouble with stutters, I feel like it could be very beneficial, but for me, I feel like it kind of didn't really do much for me. It actually gave me a little bit worse of an issue, I would say. It also gave some weird artifacts up top. in the sky. I don't know what that's all about. And as you see right here, I'm coming in for the landing. Again, everything was done at the same exact time, same airport, same plane, same everything. It wasn't bad. Again, like I said, if you have a lower or mid-tier spec PC, it might be beneficial. This was SmoothFlight, so this was terrain level minimum. Terrain level detail minimum was 100, max was 200, just like AutoFPS. Object level of detail same, 50 and 150. But as you can see on the bottom left corner in the SmoothFlight, it actually it went higher because I didn't have that. It doesn't give you an option really for altitude, so it just did what it felt was right, and it actually bumped up my object level of detail to 150, and it bumped up my terrain level of detail to about 150. So it wasn't pinning it to 200 like AutoFPS was, which is kind of strange. I wonder how they coded it, because like you saw, AutoFPS did go up to 200, and this one kind of hovered around 150 for both OLOD and TLOD. But this was, I would say, was a lot. I felt like it was smoother personally. I felt like it was definitely smoother than AutoFPS, and probably just around the same as Microsoft's graphic settings, but it went up higher in the object level of detail than what I had in Microsoft Flight Sim. It also bumped up the terrain level of detail higher than what I had in Microsoft Flight Sim. And it did keep the FPS probably around the same range as Microsoft's graphic settings. As they're probably similar. So I don't know. You tell me down in the comments what you think is best. Me personally, I do like SmoothFlight, probably the best. I probably will be using it. But yeah, as you see in the side-by-side comparison of all three, go ahead and leave me in the comments below what you think is best, what you use, and why you use it. Again, like I said, I think I will be using SmoothFlight, or Flight Smooth, whatever it's called. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos. Peace.